Good afternoon. This is Stephanie with Growing from the Woodpile with Luca, and I hear Goose coming out behind me. It's Wednesday afternoon, the day before Thanksgiving. I'm gonna come out and harvest. Oh, there's Goose, man. Garden doggy. Those two kinda get along. She tolerates him. Garden kitty number one, Louie. She don't like him at all. Anyways, I'm out here. I'm going to harvest some peppers, some tomatillos, the shishito peppers. I'm gonna harvest them for. If you watch Jess from Roots and Refuge, she roasts the peppers and then makes a mayo sauce that you dip them in, and it's really good. So I'm gonna do that in for an appetizer. There's Louie. She jumped over the fence to get away from Garden Doggy. And got my harvesting sack and my scissors. So we're gonna harvest some of these shishito peppers right here. So I got probably 5 or 6 shishito pepper plants. Doggo has been getting in the garden and he likes to chew on this one, the little fart. So it has a lot of damage on it. And I do need to get in here and get the peas onto the trellis. He's damaged some of those too. Anyways, I don't know if you can tell, that's the back of the basket, and they've kind of fallen forward. And my shishito peppers don't get super big. This is about the average size of them. On this plant over here, I do got some bigger ones. I don't know if it's lack of nutrition or if it's just that it's finally starting to cool down, but they were stunted in the summer months. I live in Phoenix, so I guess I'm zone 10 now. Used to be zone 9, but so got some red ones on here. I'm not gonna harvest all the small ones. I'm gonna only harvest the ones about this size. Hopefully, these other ones will. But if they're gonna, will get bigger. But if they're gonna start changing color, I'm gonna go ahead and harvest those. But these are quite nummy. I had a girls' weekend. See, when they're just like this, I don't harvest those. I just feel like when it's hot, they just get stunted. Anyways, so I had a girls' weekend, and I didn't know if my girlfriends would like them, and they quite liked the shishito peppers. So I decided that maybe then I should do them for like Thanksgiving appetizer. And if they don't get eaten, I'll just make it into a salsa. So, but yeah. What else did I do? I did girls' weekend. We did peppers. I made indoor s'mores. That's a good recipe. It's like honey graham cereal, and then you get marshmallows and chocolate chips and Karo syrup, and it's kind of like a s'more, but not. That went over well too. So we just played cards, ate a bunch of junk food, but then we did have peppers. I did bring zucchini. We were gonna do stuff with the zucchini, and I bought some okra, but we didn't get around to it. We ate what we wanted to, and not what we wanted to, and the amount of crap we ate. But we did get some peppers in. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go through, harvest all the big ones, and then we're gonna harvest some tomatillos. I made some tomatillo or chili verde, like green salsa, and that turned out quite well. I last weekend harvested some tomatillos, and I had some hatch green chilies that I also harvested, and I made a salsa. Now I made pork green chili verde once, and that went over well. But this time I just wanted to make just the salsa part of it, and it turned out really well. Wasn't too spicy. It had just a little bit of kick because I can't handle heat, and um, it was really so good that I shared some with my husband, and then I ate the rest myself. So I'm gonna finish harvesting these, and then I will take us over to the tomatillo bed. And all of the tomatillos in the garden were volunteers. So even though the birds in my tree are annoying, they did help me get tomatillo in several places throughout the garden. And it's kind of neat. They started midsummer, and I didn't think that they would um, last. Oh, I'm harvesting that another section over here. Um, anyways, they came up on their own, so they got to live. All right, I'm gonna pause. Well, I'm gonna pause the video after I show you this. This is my first real successful Mamma Mia. It's the red Mamma Mia, and I quite enjoy these. I have a hard time growing bell peppers for some reason. Maybe I'll show you those in a second. I have better luck with these sweet Mamma Mias. I get more harvest out of them than I do out of a YOLO pepper. And okay, well, I'm going to pause this now, harvest some, and then we'll move on over to another section. Finished harvesting, walking down. So here was the pumpkin plant there's its guts. The last pumpkin, little one, I thought it was pollinated and it wasn't, so I pulled it out. But this chamomile, look at all these onions coming up. Not green onions. I had onions in here that went to seed, but look at all these little ones coming up by themselves. Fortunately, I don't know if I'm going to let them live. These fabric beds that I made have disintegrated, especially the ones that get full sun. So that one's disintegrated. That one's disintegrated. I'm going to replace them with the gallon drums. These ones are on their last legs, which is sad. Hollyhock, I don't know if I'm going to try to let it at least go through the winter and then replace this one. But something's going to have to be done before next spring. So this shishito pepper, they're all like stunted and haven't gotten very big. You can come check me out, Garden Katie. But they do have flowers on it. So maybe we'll get that around. Oh, there's peppers in there. You don't like peppers. You don't like peppers, yeah. Meow, meow. And the okra in here. I left my okra over winter, and I'll show you the okra over winter last year. So unfortunately, he's gonna die. That bag isn't as bad. So I'm trying to decide how many of them I want. If you look right here, this is I'm talking about they're 5-gallon drums, food grade that I cut in half. So I seem to do better. See, this is a YOLO. He has one on him. This one had a issue. Something ate everything off him. I think this is another Mamma Mia. At least those bounced back. So those are stems down there from the chard. This was chard that I harvested the other day. Thinking about coming out tomorrow morning and harvesting a bunch of these cucamelons to bring just because they would be fun. And we're going to harvest tomatillos, but this is the okra I overwintered, and he's actually bigger than the two I got this year. I have a hard time getting them to take off. Like literally, I planted a bunch of seeds, so I should probably start him inside, but I didn't, and I learned my lesson. But he's doing good. I come out here daily and just harvest them, and then I cut them and freeze them so we can have them later. Garden Kitty is laying on the burlap that I had on the onions and the carrots in there. So I do need to take down this cucumber plant. He is, oh, I don't know if you can see that. He is covered in aphids, and even though the bees are still there, nothing's getting pollinated. So, anyways, over here, got another mosquito plant here. He looks sad. And I wonder if it's a water issue in these. I love my drip, but sometimes you just don't know if they're getting enough water because of the drip. Oops, well, didn't pull you off very well. So this is a Liaisa pepper, which I like, but he's not very productive. But he's so sweet. Hopefully one day I'll get a good growing. Early girls, another stunted pepper. I'm not gonna take the time to get in there and get with you. So I'm leaving this silver slicer and that one's a lemon cucumber to save seeds. So I'm just gonna let it probably be here another week so then I can harvest seeds from him. So tomatillo plant here. Just gonna go through, and if they're filled out and come off easy, I'm gonna harvest them. I watched a video, I think on Acre Homestead. She's like, if they're tight, and these have all fallen off down here, then harvest them. And so then I watched something else like, oh, it's got to split the outside. And I was at the grocery store today, and I was looking at the tomatillos there. They were not filled out in its sleeve. See, like that wasn't easy to pull, but look how he's a big guy. He's split. So, like, those I'm not gonna harvest. But if they're filled out and they come off easy, I'm taking them. And they weren't. So, but then like these ones that are yellow, right there. Seems like the yellow husk ones are easier to pull. Look at these tomatoes. These are the biggest, prettiest tomatoes I've ever grown. And there's several on there. So pretty. Let's bring you back over here. So, I never prune my suckers, and I probably should. I'm just like, I never get a huge tomato harvest, so I'm like, I'm just gonna get what I can get and go with that. Alright, let's harvest some from the other side. Checking out these pepper plant. I never know when to harvest the hot pepper, so I wait till they kind of turn color. I can't. Oh, so he's starting to turn. He's a little small, but the other ones on the plant are fairly big. Ooh, he's a hot one. So I try to keep them separate because I can't do hot and I don't want them in with my sweets. So, alright. None of you? No? Okay, we're gonna go over to the other side. Here, I think this was a canary pepper. And so these are just tiny. But they are sweet. I harvested some the other day and then I just ate them before I did anything with them. Another cucumber plant here dying. This is, I'm not sure what type of tomato this is. This tomato here, there's two in here, and these were volunteers. I thought they'd be like I usually have cherry tomatoes in those, but those are much bigger than a cherry tomato. Pretty sure that one was a volunteer too. So, and then this one was a volunteer here. Indeed, little gold ones. So, and they are sweet. But I need to spray them. They have aphids. I think it's coming from this one. So that's my goal this weekend is to pull out these. Actually, it is my birthday weekend, and I did what my mom did. I don't want your presents. I want your help. And it's usually garden help. I'm usually like needing help, you know, doing things in the garden. And nope, it's our shop right there. I call it a shop. And it is so full of my kids' lovely, they've moved in and out over the years, and childhood toys and other stuff. So I'm like, I need help cleaning it. All right, I'm gonna have to go to the other side on this one. Most of them, I kind of want to move this trellis to the middle of this. This is a 4-foot bed, so this is 3 feet over, so it's kind of hard to get to. But right now, I'm not complaining because he is a very productive plant. Just whining, not complaining, just whining. Mr. Zucchini plant is in my walkway, and he's huge. Oh, that's not a zucchini. So he is huge, but he's still producing. So, yeah, I kind of have to squeeze in. He has lots of flowers. I see one zucchini there. So, there's more in there, but alright. Any one of these want to come? See, yours split, but mine isn't easy. So, and then I come through here and I pick up, oh, you're on the ground. I usually pick up the ones on the ground, but he's just laying on the ground, so let's get you off the ground. I'm just surprised how many volunteer tomatillos I actually got. So when I made this, I roasted the tomatillos, roasted some onions. I don't know if you call it, well, you fell. And so I put them on a cookie sheet in the oven at a temperature of 400, and sorry, they keep falling, and then it's like a treasure hunt trying to find them. Roasted all of them, and then blended them with some garlic. Just minced garlic I buy from the store. I'm not. I don't like to chop garlic. These are getting quite a few in this bag. Baby broccoli, so exciting. Thank you for learning to grow with Woodpile, and have a happy Thanksgiving or just a happy day. Happy day.